Hello everybody and welcome to the first review on this channel for the Oxford United season for 2022-2023. Oxford United started with an away trip at Derby County in a packed out, I nearly said baseball ground then, Pride Park, there we go, followed on by 3,000 OUFC fans, and in total, that gives you way over 20-odd thousand Derby fans, an incredible support from both sets of clubs. But we knew this was going to be a tricky test on the opening day of the season. Derby, of course, one of the favourites to go straight back up. And as it turned out to be, rather frustratingly, I thought Oxford at times made a good account of themselves, but got very leggy in the end. And the tiredness and the mistakes kind of crept in. And in the end, Derby got that winner with Hourihane. Yes, I said that name right for once. Getting the winner just about 10 minutes to go before the end, and Oxford couldn't really rally and get anything going. So it is a defeat on the opening day of the season, 1-0 to Derby County. So well done to all you Rams fans. The result you probably would have expected at the start of the game. I'm not sure the game panned out exactly as you would have expected. I'm sure there's a lot of you that thought you just would have trampled over the old Ox today. But not the case, but you've got the result is all that matters, and that is all that counts. So you can see on the screen how Oxford lined up today at Derby County. Question marks over who was going to play in goal. It was Eastwood who got the nod in the end, and I thought he had a pretty good game as it turned out, but it could have gone either way with the goalkeepers, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the season goes on, with obviously him, Stevens and McGinty all in contention for the number one spot. Also, Steve Seddon coming in and playing at fullback. Who was going to play there out of him or Brown. But Seddon got the nod, and I actually thought Seddon did okay as well. Actually, I thought everybody did all right in an Oxford shirt. Not too bad. And Finley, Moore, Long, Brannigan, McGuane, interesting game for him in that holding role, and that left Brown, Henry, Bodin with Matty Taylor up front. Here's the Derby side that played this afternoon. Obviously, you can see the experience in there with the likes of Curtis Davis. You can see the fact of James Collins in there as well. Hourihane, who got the winning goal, could he have been sent off? From an Oxford United point of view, with my very yellow hat on, when he was on a yellow card, he made a very cynical foul, it looked like. But we'll get to all that in a little bit. Maybe if that was at the Kassam, that would have been a second yellow card, but it wasn't to be. But I thought the standout player of the Derby today was Mendez-Laing. I thought he was a constant threat all afternoon. Every time he got the ball, it looked like something was going to happen. Quickly break down this game. I thought it was as you would expect, Derby came out of the traps really well. And for the first 15 minutes or so, Derby had lots of pressure without really creating too many chances. Oxford looked a little bit all at sea, but they did grow into the game quite nicely. Started to win the ball up quite high. Started to get into their passing groove a little bit, and did carve out a few chances. There was a chance for Taylor after a good move, a good flick by Bodin, I think, got him in. Taylor really should have done better with it. Earlier on as well, I didn't mention there was a chance for Bodin when he got in behind, just flicked the ball past the goalkeeper. And it was a very weak shot for James Henry, who cut in, and the space opened up, and it's a sort of chance. We've seen Henry stick in the back of the net before, but it was a weak effort straight at Wildsmith in the Derby goal. But I'm not sure if it was complacency. Oxford were quite comfortable in the game, and all of a sudden they just sort of switched off, and Derby got in for probably the best chance of the first half. It was like a free kick was given, a quick, simple ball over the top. Mendez-Laing just sprinted away, got into the box, drew Eastwood into making a fine save from that as well, which really kept Oxford in it. Would have been a little harsh to go in 1-0 down, maybe probably a draw. 0-0 was probably the fair result at half-time. I was impressed with Oxford at the half-time interval. I thought they played well. I thought the likes of McGuane looked really good, especially defensively. I thought he did well as well. And I thought there were nice touches in there for Bodin and for Marcus Brown in there too. And not much really happened at the start of the second half, and this game really turned into a bit of a niggly encounter as both sides got tired. There were some bad challenges going in there. I mean, first of all, Derby will probably think maybe Brown should have been sent off. Then there was a bad tackle on Findley, I think, by a Derby player. I forget which one it was. And then, as I said, there was a cynical foul by Hourihane, who got a yellow card, and he did another one a bit later on, and McGuane, all the Oxford players, surrounded the referee. But it wasn't to be. He didn't give the second yellow card. I mean, it's one of those ones, isn't it? You don't tend to get them as the away fans, and if you're a Derby fan, you're probably thinking, well, that would have been bloody harsh if it would have got it. There was a chance for Bodin. That was probably Oxford's best chance in the second half. And that was probably Oxford's best. Well, they were probably the first 15, 20 minutes of that second half. Oxford were at their best. But as the game went on, Oxford did start to tire. Derby looked like they had a lot more energy in the tank. I don't know whether it was just the pressure of the crowd roared them on, but Derby seemed to be capitalising on Oxford's slack play a lot more as the game went on. There was a superb clearance from Cam Brannigan off the line from a Collins volley, which looks like it was going to go in all day long. And as you said, Oxford were clinging on. We made changes just, for a game management's sake, and I'll get in my final thoughts, I'll get to where my main frustrations were with this Oxford United side. But I was okay. Mistakes just started to creep in. We've seen this with Oxford before, where they just kind of go into this, what we have, we hold mould, and we really aren't that good at it. And Derby just kind of picked us off a little bit. There was another Mendez-Laing shot, which was blocked by Finlay this time. He really didn't know too much about it. And it was Finlay's mistake, which was the third of a group of mistakes, which led to the goal. But first of all, there was Goran that gave the ball away for that Mendez-Laing block. And then I think there was Brannigan who just sort of stopped and let Derby run onto a loose ball to go through. And then Oxford trying to play out from the back. Finlay, a very poor pass through. He could have cleared his lines. Why don't you bang it upfield? Very harsh on him, because I did think he had a good game. But this instance was really frustrating, where it was clear that Oxford just get the ball forward, stop dicking about with it at the back. But I have been critical in the past of Oxford doing that and not trying to play their football, so I'm being a bit hypocritical there. But he was picked off. Derby got the ball to the edge of the box. It was Hourihane who, with the shot, great finish. Eastwood could do nothing about it. We do not keep clean sheets. We cannot do it, and it carries on. And now we haven't scored in the last 3 pre-season games and in this one here. Is that starting to be a worry, Oxford fans? We looked to that bench. It didn't look very strong. There was not a lot of options on there apart from Murphy to really come on, and you could see Al Robinson didn't really have a lot of faith in the likes of O'Donker coming off the bench. So it ended 1-0. Well done, Derby. As I said, look, you guys have had so much crap to deal with. I don't think any football fan could really begrudge Derby fans enjoying this day or enjoying the season, because you've had so much crap to deal with this time. But from a Oxford United point of view, there were some good things and there were some frustrating things. The most frustrating thing is we look light. We look very light in players. The first team looked pretty good. I thought the players that started the game were a match for Derby. I thought we didn't overawed with the occasion. I wouldn't have expected Oxford to be, and I would have been annoyed if they were. But as the game went on, we didn't really have the quality coming off the bench to change this game, whereas the likes of Derby did, with the likes of Sibley, who came on, I thought had a really good game when he came off the bench. And it's very harsh to really criticise Oxford too much in this one. I do, if you look through all the players, I thought everybody sort of played quite well. The one weak guy I thought in the side was Taylor, and I hate to say it, but I don't think Taylor was very effective. He didn't look very fit. He didn't look sharp at all. And he was just going through his whole pantomime act of time wasting and play acting and fouling. And it just didn't really help Oxford United at all in this instance. And I actually think, he went down with cramp pretty early on. You probably should have just taken him off and just gambled on O'Donker coming on and giving him a go. You never know, he might have done something special. Or you could have just brought Murphy on and rotated the front 3. And that's a worry. That is a big worry. It's a big worry. Is it going to be one of those Oxford seasons again that we've seen in the past, where we create a lot of chances but don't score the goals? We saw that 2 seasons ago, where we just created a host of chances in the early part of the season and we just couldn't score. Are we going to go back to that? Are we going to have to wait until hope that Baldock gets fit in a couple of months before we have some real firepower? This side does need strengthening, and I hope that we can get some business done in the early weeks of the season. It is only one game, though, Oxford fans. 45 to go, so let's hope for 45 resounding wins. And but more importantly, let's hope we can get something on the board at home next weekend. Derby fans, as I've said all along, enjoy it. What did you think of your team today? What did you think of Oxford today? We're a bit of a git of a side, aren't we? We are quite niggly. We do like to do the old play acting and time wasted. What did you think of it? But overall, I hope you, as one football fan to another, I hope that you enjoyed the game and enjoyed the fact that you can enjoy the football again and not worry about your club going out of business. But we will dust ourselves down. We will go again, and hopefully we get a result, as I said, next weekend. But I might do a review for the Cup game in midweek if I can find a stream for it. It can be quite hard to find in the League Cup. But I'll definitely be back next weekend to do a review of Oxford's home game, which I believe is at home to Cambridge. I should have looked it up, but, that's just me. Let me know what you think. Hit like, hit subscribe. That helps me out a lot. But more importantly, leave your comments below. I'm always fascinated to know your views. And, not much more to say. Football in July, eh? Fun stuff.